Hey guys, welcome back to the Think About It podcast. I'm Nisi. I am so excited to have a safe space to speak our truth or to find it. So come on in for however long I have you here or however long I have your ear. Now let's think about it. Alright, quit playing T. Ski. I just said quit playing and I just sat there and played. Like, what is wrong with you? Okay. Una ready? Yeah. Yeah, una ready for the podcast, eh? Una ready for the podcast? Una ready for talk up and chat, eh? Una ready for chat? Me want to know. Una ready? Chaman. Una bombaras clat ready? Y'all hear me? Hello? Is it no? Hurry up now. Me ready now. Me say me ready. Chaman. Y'all, this is me. Like, I swear to y'all. Like, oh my god. Okay, I'm probably gonna leave that in the audio. Just, y'all, this is what happens. Like, y'all really be thinking like shit be sweet. Shit don't really be sweet. But it's always sweet, but it takes time for it to get sweet, y'all. The aesthetic has the aesthetic. It be so ghetto, y'all, when you gotta be the producer, you gotta be the host, you gotta be the editor, you gotta be the moderator, you gotta be the engineer, you gotta be the producer, you gotta be all everything, y'all. This is beyond me, okay? But hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Think About It podcast with your girl Nisi. She's back. What's up, fam? Y'all, I'm so happy when I tell y'all I don't even know where to start. So this more than likely gonna be a part 1, part 2, might be a part 3. Who knows? We're gonna stop at part 2 because I hate when stuff just extend too long. Like, get to the next subject. So this is probably gonna be a part 2, y'all. But y'all, I am so excited. I just feel like you know when you like when okay, so you know the kids, y'all. Like, you know when you got like a bunch of friends and stuff, y'all. So like, you know, the summertime you was hanging with your family and stuff. So when school get back in, and you see all your friends, it's like bitch, I got so much to tell you. That's how I feel right now, y'all. I feel like that right now. Like, I feel so lit, y'all. I feel like I just popped a Molly. I'm sweating. That's how I feel right now. I didn't pop no Molly, y'all, but do they even still have Molly's around? I don't even know. But hey, y'all, welcome back. We back. We're here, honey. We are here, honey. The titties is sitting this morning. Y'all, listen. The visuals, I'm so sorry. I've not been posted on YouTube. With that being said, y'all, I'm gonna work my ass off. I'm not gonna say I've been being lazy. Yo, I am yelling. I need to chill. But I'm not gonna say that I've been being lazy. But I haven't been being lazy, y'all. I just been so I've been on the go, y'all, just trying to make sure that Harmony, my daughter, if you don't know who Harmony is my baby. Make sure she got in school, you know, and I did like this whole school choice thing, so she's not going to her district school. So, excuse me, it was a whole process of me like getting her into, ooh, y'all, excuse me, I burped, because I'm a lady. It was this whole process, y'all, of making sure that she got into the school and all this stuff, y'all. Let's talk about it, y'all, right quick. First off, I do not play when it comes down to my baby education. I play about a lot of stuff, y'all, but when it comes down to my daughter education, y'all, I am going to do everything I can, okay, to make sure that I am putting her in the best rooms, period, okay? I am a very intentional mother. I am a very intentional mother. Show is. So, y'all, listen, y'all, kids back in school. If you want Florida, if you live in Florida, baby, most of the children should be in school by now. And if they're not in school by this week, by next week, everybody, all of them should be going out your They should be going, okay? Because baby, you hear that? Listen, y'all don't hear shit. You know why? Because ain't nobody in my house. It's just me and my titties is just sitting real good tonight, honey. Yeah, she is in school. School she'll go. Yeah, man. But listen, y'all. With that being said, because let me don't come on here and act like, oh yeah, she out my house, get the children out the house, y'all, listen, baby. If y'all don't know, I have a high schooler, okay? I can't believe it. Like, I know it's hard to believe because, I mean, look at me. Look at me. No, for real, look at me. Child, I know I don't look like I have a high schooler. Child, high school weird. It look like you're in high school, sweetheart. Period, poo. But I do have a high schooler. I have a high schooler, y'all. I cannot believe it. She's officially, y'all, in the 9th grade, y'all. Shout out to my AP baby. Don't play with her. She's not one of them. Yeah. But y'all, when I tell y'all the first day, so the first actual day of school, we had this whole process, like I said, because she's not going to her actual district school. So we had to do like this whole registration packet, and it had to, it was a whole process. So her the first 2 days, 3 days, I think it was, she wasn't able to go. But, every morning I still got her ready just to make, just to see if they could have, because one thing about it, my baby do not like missing school, and I do not like my baby missing school. So we love that, So long story short, the actual day when she finally was able to go, y'all, honestly, I was expecting y'all to just get another little turnaround. So I was like, oh, here we go, blah, 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 blah. Child, when they said, oh, she has her schedule, I felt my heart, y'all, just sunk, yo. But I was like, okay, keep it PT because you don't want to embarrass her, right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna embarrass her regardless, but just not right now, Y'all, let me tell y'all, baby, I hopped in that vehicle and I started crying a river. You hear me? I cannot even move my car. Every time I look like in the direction of the school, I can't even see her no more. But every time I look in the direction of the school, y'all, I started crying some more. Literally, y'all, I'm not talking like, like just, no, I'm talking, I can't do it. Y'all, I had to call my grandmother. The minute she picked up, I said, Grandma, I need help. I can't. Harmony went to school this morning. Oh. Y'all, I do this every grade, like every, new grade, like when she goes, like, after elementary. I did it elementary. First time I did it in daycare, honey, of course. I did it in daycare, duh. Then I did it in elementary. Then I did it in middle school. Now, here I am in high school. I really would have thought I would have been over this, y'all, but clearly I'm not. So with that being said, just prepare. I'm gonna be crying every time. Every time my baby do have another accomplishment, another something that she do. Every child, a birthday, baby, I'm finna cry. Like, that's just what it is, y'all. Y'all, please tell me if that's normal or what, because I just feel like, why? Like, do I have like an attachment thing towards my baby where it's just like, I don't know, y'all. But it was nothing in me that planned on crying. If you had told me that I was gonna cry that day, I would have told y'all, child, for what? Like, I'm gonna see it when I pick her up? No, child. And I think that's, that's the thing. I think, with this whole child, what times that we living in, we don't even know. You know what I mean? And like I said, on top of my daughter just going into the 9th grade, so she's basically like they're the babies of the school, So watching, honey, these grown kids, child, the day I was dropping her off, and I went up to walk with her. She don't be wanting me to walk with her, but I did. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I went up and walked with her, and I'm walking back to my car. Child, so I was in my phone, and I bumped somebody. So I said, oh, sorry, sir. Child, I'm thinking that's a whole man. I mean, I thought he was at least 38 years old with 5 kids, 2 divorces, and about a 1 bankruptcy at least. I swore to you I thought it was. Come to find out, child, that's a whole student. So, y'all, and my baby is so short, y'all. She just so, I feel like she do not look like a normal 14-year-old look, especially like nowadays. Like, she do not look like that. She's giving like 12, So y'all pray for my baby. I sure as heck pray for her. My whole family pray for her. Child, I had Y'all, if y'all don't know me, I called my auntie. I had to call my cousins. I called everybody. Everybody I called, we all cried. So, honey, she is covered. She have a team and an army behind her. In the name of Jesus, my baby would be covered. Honey, she would return just the way that I left her, that I dropped her off, which is safe and sound. I pray for each and every one of y'all kids and y'all sisters and brothers, and those of you that are so what's that word, that have the heart and so kind enough to be guardians to some of the kids. I pray for you guys. I pray for their journeys into school, and in the name of Jesus, y'all, they would return to home, to their destination, to home, in their house where they was when they, because you got to be specific, okay? I mean, in the house that they got ready from, in the name of Jesus. Amen. Okay, so y'all, that's what I've been dealing with, y'all. If you watch my IG, then I feel like y'all are just preparing for this topic or conversation. If you did not watch my IG and you are just a returner, if you just, if you're a part of the family, if you're a part of the gang, if you're part of I don't know what we gonna call it, what we gonna call ourselves yet, y'all. But if you are part of the Think About It gang and you just, you're not even on my social media and you're back today, first off, what's Sam? You the real one. You the realest one of all, the realest one. Hello, talk about it. Okay. But if you from my IG and you here just to hear the scoop, I'm fucking with you too. It is what it is. Listen, you get it how you live, poo. It is what it is, okay? So welcome, come on in. With that being said, if you just here for the scoop, make sure you stay, okay, and follow. Make sure you share, you guys. Please, please, please share. Leave some comments, y'all. That's how people get to know about us, all right? That's how we each one teach one, okay? And most importantly, that's how you support your girl. Hello. With that being said, y'all, when I tell y'all I'm in no rush, I'm so excited to get this conversation started, okay? Honestly, I don't even know where to start, because I have no notes, no nothing, but it's just like, I got my mind. We gonna think about it, and then we gonna talk about it, okay? So y'all, let's pour up. You all already know, honey, this conversation requires, this is the demand, okay? This is a demand. How they say this is not a cheerocracy? However, y'all know that thing from me goes, whatever. This is, bitch, pour your cup. All right? With that being said, if you watch and listen to this first thing in the morning and you cannot pour a cup, I'm so sorry. So drink some orange juice. Get a coffee. Get a bagel. Do something. But please do not go on these people's job drunk. Drunker than a skunk. Then y'all gonna blame me. Don't do that. Y'all heard what I said. I'm gonna say it again. Don't go on these people's job drinking. Okay, so if you want to hang, because girl, the conversation gonna be good. Okay, and men too, because I see my analytics. I see y'all people listening. Hey. But for real, if you feel like if you need to relax and listen to this, y'all just turn it off right now. Make sure y'all set a reminder, so when y'all get home, whilst y'all taking y'all bath, y'all get rolling y'all blunt, doing whatever y'all be doing, honey, listen to the Think About It podcast, okay? But with that being said, right now, what we're going to do, we gonna pour it up, okay? We gonna pour this thing, honey, and I mean pour it. I tried to save it, y'all, for today. Look, it's almost gone. Child, I couldn't make it. Lord knows I could not make it, okay? So this is, if anybody wants to know, I think I got this from one of my coworkers at work. Yeah, my boo gave this to me. Jade, she gave me, she kind of handed this off to me. But this is a 20 the bottle, the wine. This is wine, Chardonnay wine, 20 acres. It is by Bogo. If I'm from the island, so the way this pronounced is say Bugal. Yeah, Bugal. Vintage 2021. If anybody wants to know, okay? So boom, let's get into it. Yeah, hold on, wait. Let's see if y'all can see this. We gotta, baby. Oh shit, we gotta get into it, honey. Hold on. Wait, y'all. Wait. Wait. I get to wait. Y'all, let me tell y'all, baby. Why did nobody tell me? Like, none of y'all, which is weird. Like, not weird, but it's like, I feel like that's crazy. And I felt like we had a better relationship than this. I felt like we all had a better relationship than this. Because I would have told y'all, I would have never have y'all going out here looking like that. But why didn't y'all tell me how garbage, nasty, trash, a dirty that the dating pool is? Why y'all ain't tell me? Why y'all ain't tell me? Why y'all ain't tell me? Niggas still be playing in your face, and they even, y'all, they even more don't give a fuck. I don't even know if that makes sense, but they don't give a fuck. Like, these niggas is just niggering. Like, that's crazy to me, y'all. Let me tell y'all, bitch. So, like I said, I don't have no notes now, right? I have no notes, so this might be all over the place. And I'm drinking. And I got ADHD. So, this gonna be long. Okay, buckle your seatbelts, bitch. Y'all, so as y'all know, your girl been single for 4 years, okay? And we gonna keep saying it, okay? For 4 years. Actually, more than 4 years now, okay? About 4.5 years now, okay? So, not just single, because she wasn't just single, okay? She was single and she was healing. She was single and she was in construction. She was single and she was developing, okay? Yeah, that's what she was. She was like in your daddy exit, just in there just waiting, getting ready, okay? That's what she was doing. And then, at some point, she came out of your daddy exit and she came like this. She, you know, she looked like this now. She's blossomed, okay? She is blooming, okay? Okay. So she like, okay, she is me. I'm ready. I'm outside. You know, I'm finally, and y'all know, honestly, on all jokes aside, but I've been speaking on my podcast about, you know, me now getting back into the dating field, putting myself out there. I'm just being more intentional on how I date, right? So, okay, so here's how this gonna go. We're gonna do part 1, part 2. Part 1 gonna be the story. Part 2 is going to be the breakdown of this, not really breakdown of the story, but more of this, like, more of a deeper analyzation, I guess, or deeper, the why, I guess, the why of why I think this story even came about. As y'all know, I say it all the time, I do not believe nothing in my life happens to me, and I believe that everything in my life happens for me, okay? And we're in part 2, we're going to get to the 4, okay? We just talking about what's happening right now, okay? So, as y'all know, like I said, she's been outside. Well, you know, I started putting myself out there in rooms to be seen, right? Oh, that's what I was saying. Okay, so, you know, I got to the point, like I said, of me being able to, I was working on myself, like I said, and now I'm at a point where I'm blossomed. Like I feel like I'm very much blossomed, and I'm ready to intentionally date, intentionally put myself out there and use the tools and everything that I have and everything that I've learned right along the way to guide me in this dating world or in this dating field. With that being said, I feel like for me, I don't just want to date. I have a motive or end goal. The end goal, of course, is to find my person. I want to be married. I don't want to just date anymore. I don't just want to do the boyfriend thing anymore. That's just not me. Of course, we're going to have to do the boyfriend thing to get there, but honey, we're going to talk about that, right? So, boom. I'm on site now, right? And so I met this, I met this person, I met this man in a place where I go to for personal reasons a lot. Not the clinic or the doctors or hospital, nothing like that, but where I go to, this is a part of my lifestyle, I guess you could say, where I go a lot, right? So I met this person in this place. And I'm trying to give you all like again, this is a story, so sit with me. We gonna sit with me, okay? We gonna be here for a minute. So I met this person, and when I first met this person, right? Because by the time when I first met this person, when we seen each other, I think we both kind of had this, like, we literally both seen each other, like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, I see you, you see me, what's thing. But we ain't really, we didn't really act on it, right? And I feel like in that moment, it's when we kind of like started conversing and, kind of talking, just, light conversations in a sense, and just getting to know each other, but not really serious, but just kind of like, when you meet somebody and you probably find them attractive, or you find them cool, and you just kind of just conversating. So that's what we're doing. We're just conversating at that point, right? And I want to say, literally, we got to the point of, I think it was probably, I don't know if it was it that same day or when I got closer. Like, I'm trying, y'all. I want to give y'all the tea, but I don't want to put like words to certain shit. Okay, so y'all smart. Y'all use some of y'all already know from when I said I go here as a lifestyle. So some of y'all already know, right? But I want to say it was probably, if not the first time I seen this person, or I seen him, maybe the second or third time. Then we started like messaging each other, like honestly every morning, or just kind of like checking in type of thing. You know what I mean? But we were doing, it was like, I feel like we both were kind of like, I felt like in the moment that we both were like feeling each other out. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe he's trying to see this, maybe, I'm trying to see this, whatever. So, long story short, some days go by, and like I told y'all, I'm at a place of dating, and I am single, honey. Nisi is single until it's a ring on my finger. Yeah, okay. So of course that, if I get into a relationship, that looks differently, but whatever, okay. So I'm this other guy from this another location, same place, but just a different location that I go to. Was like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while, you know what I'm saying, like, where you been at? So I was like, oh, I'm over at this location now. I'm like, if you want to, I'll be here at this day. I'm like, come on in, you know what I'm saying? And then he's like, okay, I'll be there. So he came the next day. And then the next day he came, the person that I, originally met, he wasn't there at first. He came in like a little later, right? And then when he came in, all I'm gonna say is the vibes, like the energy was like off, you know what I'm saying? And this is somebody who always, like, when this person seen me, it was like this, hey, beautiful, or hey, like, it was always like this big bubbly thing. And then in this instant, it wasn't, right? So long story short, and I felt it. So I said, I was like saying to myself, like, well, what is going on? Like, why he did that? So I'm saying to myself, maybe because he seen or noticed that I had somebody else there. Like, he was like, okay, well, and then like I said, I told you, like, we spoke. So we had conversations about, me being single, from what he said, him being single, and all this stuff. So we both kind of knew each other's kind of like background in a sense, So I think when he seen the person, he felt like, okay, yeah, well, her words not aligning, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like maybe he felt like a little standoffish or something, so I didn't know, So long story short, I think I messaged him that day or the next day, and I think I was like, well, did I do something to you or whatever? I was like, I felt like the energy was a little off or whatever, and he was kind of like, he was like, no, he was like, if you did something, we're cool enough I felt like we're cool enough for me to be able to, tell you this or whatever, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now fast forward to, like I said, I feel like we had like this little tension, right? So after the tension, after this, him, I felt like it was giving like mixed vibes or energy. I went to my previous, like my original location that I always went to for like 3-4 days or so or whatever. So then he messaged me and he was like, oh, hey friend. He was like, you okay? Like, I haven't seen you in a while, so on and so forth. And but honestly, I did have like stuff to do in that area. I think I had to go. I know I had like my B12 store was over there, and I was due for my shots and all that stuff too. So it just kind of happened that it just worked out that I was honestly in that area for a reason as well too, right? So I messaged him, and I told him why I was over there, or whatever. And I was like, at the end of it, I was like, but what did I say? No, so he messaged and he was like, hey, like, I haven't seen you in a while. I just want to make sure you're okay or something like that. Like, I'm just checking up on you or something like that he said, right? So that's when I messaged and I was like, oh, well, I came over at this location because I had to do this, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So at the end of it, I was like, you missed me. So he messaged back and he was like, y'all, I really was gonna go and pull up the whole messages and stuff, and I'm like, child, I'm big on energies, and if when stuff, I just don't want stuff around me that I'm just not a part of them. But I think I have a pretty great memory. Okay, so he was like, so I was like, oh, you miss me. So he was like, quit playing with me. He was like, he was like, quit playing with me. I miss you, or something like that. He said. So I was like, well, in that case, I'll be back tomorrow. So then he was like, okay, he was like, I can't wait to see you, or something, along those terms, So then it gave, like, I feel like that was that message there was like this first, like, okay, the words, even though he wasn't like, I want you, but our words was like, okay, it's giving hella flirtatious, like we feeling each other type thing, So long story short, I went, and, oh, I gotta cut that out. I gotta remember to cut that part out. Okay, so I went back to my other place the next day, right? And of course he's there, and we're talking, we're conversing, all this stuff, and then he said something along the lines of like, once I'm the one that's singing, he's like, he said something. So before he said that, he said something along the lines of like, I think I said something about getting like my, getting summer ready or something like that. And he was like, yeah, he was like, once you don't make me have to shoot no, like once you don't make me have to fight no nigga, or, like just once you don't make me have to pull up on a nigga, like, you know how dudes is, like, you don't get nobody hurt, blah blah blah. So I'm like, okay, well that's definitely giving, like, I'm big on reading vibes. I never want to just to think like, oh, everybody wants me, because bitch, everybody don't. Okay, so I'm big on like picking up on words, and of course, like I say, I'm a believer of your words is just that. If you sit and say I want you, I can deal with that. I don't want to play the puzzle game. Okay, so anyway, I feel like in honesty we were playing like this little puzzle at first, so he was like, that's when he said, oh, basically don't get nobody hurt or whatever. So then once a conversation came up, and then he said something along the line of, well, would you let me would you let me sing at your wedding or something like that? And I said, well, and I was like, once you the groom or something, along that term. Your girl, she the flirt. I love the fact that I'm able and learn how to really flirt and be in my little feminine bag, because it's so sexy to me, So anyway, so yeah, he was like, something along the line of, would you let me sing at your wedding, or once I'm the one that's singing at your wedding? So I said, once you the groom too, So then we gave like, okay, we really feeling each other, you know what I'm saying? So after that, that's when I feel like things kind of turned, where we like, okay, yeah, we gonna do this. I'm feeling you. What's up? Like, now the conversation getting more deep. We spend it, like, when I tell y'all, we literally have over 1,400 text messages, and I'm talking, this is in the span of like 2 weeks. 2 weeks, we have over 1,400 messages, text messages. Okay, that's not Instagram yet. That's just on iMessage. All right, so. Okay, boom. So now, like I said, the tables has turned. All right, so we talking a lot. I'm waking up in the morning time, and every time because he got up earlier than I did. So when I'm waking up in the morning, I'm waking up to like a, good morning, beautiful, or, something along those terms. we're talking, you know, like I'm getting, he telling me like, you know, originally where he came from, his backstory. I'm giving him my backstory. You know, he's telling me about his kids and, you know, just stuff that he went through, his last relationship, and how a girl played him and got him arrested. And, you know, that's why, you know, he ain't been doing this. He, you know, basically he hasn't been in a relationship or dating for a long time because, you know, basically he's scorned, you know, from, you know, his past relationship. You get what I'm saying? And I'm like, which is understandable, you know. We just get into it, you know what I'm saying? I'm asking, and I'm, like I say, I'm healed Nisi, okay? This is, you're looking at healed, Healed, healed Nisi. So I'm not afraid to ask for certain conversations, but I'm also listening. I'm listening with my ears, and I'm not allowing my body to move. You know what I mean? Because we'll talk about it, okay? So boom, you know, we talking. I'm listening to conversations that he's having, and then I want to say, okay, so that same day when you know when we made the whole, you know, you gonna sing at my wedding, this type, you know, that little conversation, the day when stuff turned, when I was leaving, you know, I asked him, I was like, I think he said made mention of him didn't eat yet or something, and y'all know she is a nurturing woman, you know what I mean? So I'm like, listen, I'm like, well, what you want to eat, you know? What you want? So he's like, oh yeah, I got it. I'm like, no, what you want? I got you. So anyway, long story short, I got his food, and he sent me a text message like whilst I was about to get it. And he was like, he was like, you're so amazing. He was like, and you're proving that every single day. Like, you know, and I'm big on, and I think for me, and I'm trying y'all just to stick with the conversation, but I can't help just to kind of put little pointers in there. I think because especially like, you know, because like I said, I've been single for so long and I know what it is that I want. And when I did put myself in situations before I started to really, really be intentional on who I want or how, you know, what I want from my relationships, I remember dating or having conversations with people, and it was so hard for them to keep up with conversations. It was so hard for them to be consistent in texting. It was so hard for them to, even if they are texting, it's no romance. It's no like, you know what I mean? It's just, what you doing tonight? You know what I'm saying? So for me, hearing those words to me, and y'all know, like I said, I'm a hopeless romantic. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh my God, he's just making my heart melt. I love that, you know? So I went and dropped his food off to him. And then he was like, you know, he's like, man, thank you. He's like, you know, I appreciate that. He was like, I have to make it up to you, or I have to, you know, kind of like take you out for lunch now. So I have to take you out for lunch now. So I was like, I prefer dinner. Yeah, I love my little, ooh, she in her feminine bag. Honey, yes sir, I prefer dinner. You know, I feel like dinner is a little more intimate. It's a more like, you know, relationship vibes, you know what I'm saying? I prefer dinner. So he's like, okay, I got you, you know. So I left, y'all, again, texting. We text, that's all we did. Like it wasn't an hour that didn't go by, y'all, that we didn't message each other. It did not, like, seriously, you know? So, y'all, now it's like we really feeling each other, but you know, I'm still like, you know, still kind of, I'm letting him know, like, you know, I don't want to rush into things in a sense. Like, I just want to be able to kind of take my time, you know? And, you know, he would always kind of like assure, you know, like really assure me, like, listen, I'm not here. I'm not here to go nowhere. Like, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, if you need time, time is all we got. You know, like, okay, whatever you feel, whatever you want to do, I'm cool with it because I'm not going nowhere, you know? And I'm like, oh my God, that is so sweet, you know, so on and so forth. And he, you know, he was sending me like messages like, you know, I'm sorry, like I shouldn't say this, but I just felt like, you know, we were meant for each other. Like, you were made for me and I was made for you. Like the day I'm seeing you, I just knew you were her, and every time you come in there, like, you make my day. Like, I literally, because I didn't know your name at first, so I literally would just call you a certain name. I'm not gonna say it, but you know, I would call you this name, like, you know, like, once I see you, my day set, you know, blah blah blah, la la la, like all this stuff, y'all, literally, all this stuff, okay? So we went on our first actual date, I guess, like our little meet up, little date, nothing crazy. We went on our first date, and the first date was good. I mean, I tell y'all, we sat there for like at least 3 hours. At least 3 hours, y'all. We sat there, and everything just felt so smooth. It just felt so smooth. It just felt like this is where, you know, it felt like we were, I don't know. It just felt like, it felt good, you know. I didn't feel uncomfortable. I didn't feel like off. I didn't feel like, everything just felt good. The conversations was flowing. Even in moments where he didn't say anything or we didn't say anything, we were just looking in each other's eyes, and that was enough. Like, that was enough conversation. That's all we needed. You know what I mean? It just felt so good, you know. And I always said, y'all, I'm trying to stay with the story, but I gotta put this in here because this is a part of the story. So when I started to feel, because I always said to myself, you know, I always wanted to have butterflies. Like, you know, if I don't feel like this butterfly feeling, it can't be it, you know. But I remember that conversation. So next week for part 2, you will hear more about that part, right? So, like I said, when the minute I realized, like, okay, I'm really starting to feel like I really like him, you know what I mean? Like, I really like him. Like, this is something I can really fall head over heels over. So I said, God, and this is something that I've never ever done. Any relationship that I ever had was went to God. I've never went to God for it. Never. Honey, if I did, I could avoid a whole lot of niggas, okay? Listen. So I said, God, I need you. I need you right now, because this whole thing, you know the journey I've been on for 4 years. You know, this is me and you on this road. You know what I mean? Like, people don't really understand it, but if anybody understand it, God is you, because you put me on this road. You know, so I just had a very clear conversation with God, and I asked God, I want you to show me. I want you to show me. I mean, as clear as day, as clear as I can look through this wine glass and you can see my eyeball through there. As clear as you can see that ring light on this wine glass. I want to know, who is this person? Reveal himself to me. Is he authentically being himself? And is this my person? That's what I asked God for. Okay, so boom. We left our little date. Hugged, felt so good. I did not want to leave. Didn't want to leave, honey. Okay? Child, feeling like a little girl. I mean, feeling like a kid in a candy store. Okay? So we left, like I said, and, you know, the conversation kept coming, kept flowing. And I want to say, excuse me, I want to say, was it that day? I think it was, okay, so after that date, I think 3 days later, we were supposed to go see Insidious, the movie. Okay, so prior, I think it was that same day, the day we were supposed to go see Insidious, I went to the place that I always go, where I met this person, and his vibe just felt like off, you know, like, again, remember I told y'all, like, when I've seen, you know, that when I brought my friend over I gotta cut that out. When I had somebody come over from another establishment that I go to, you know, and I felt like his vibe being off. So it was like this another incident where I felt like his vibe being off. Like, I just felt like, you know, I know how he always, what's the word? How he always greet me. You know, and sometimes, you know, of course, people moods can be off or whatever, but he's a very vocal person, you know what I mean? So learning him, I knew that if it was something that was bothering him, he would have said it. You get what I'm saying? To the point where if it's something that he wanted me to know, he would have said something. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I think it was, like I said, that day I came in, and his vibe it just wasn't there fully, you know. So I asked him like about 2 or 3 times. I'm like, are you sure you okay? You all right? And he was like, I'm good. And I remember him in moments, y'all, just kind of like coming up to me and just trying to be, you know, more affectionate and more touchy feely. And it wasn't that, honestly, and honey, touch and feel me, but I had to have that feeling, you know what I mean? And the thing is because this person, I felt this strong sense of like something, right? But when he touched me for some reason, I just felt, oh, I don't know why. I was a bit standoffish. Like I was a bit like, okay, not around people, because, and it wasn't like, oh, because I cared about people, because y'all know, child, y'all know, I sure as hell don't give a flying fuck about nobody. But in that situation, it just felt like, give me a minute, you know? And he picked it up. I mean, he clearly picked it up. So, you know, he mentioned, he said to me when I asked him, because I thought I was playing it off good where he didn't really notice, but I think he clearly did notice. But I felt like it was something kind of like on top of that as well that kind of like changed his mood. I don't know. Anyway, so at the end of, you know, when I was about to leave, he was like, I'm sorry, my attitude and my vibe wasn't there. So I was like, so you noticed, because I kept asking him, like I said, 2 or 3 times I asked, you okay? He's like, I'm good. But then at like the end of it, he was like, I'm sorry, my vibes wasn't there. So I was like, okay, so then you noticed that your vibes was not there. You know what I mean? I'm like, what is it? You know, so that's when he made mention of, he didn't say that, nothing about me, not about him touching me, but he said he felt like I was that he was being too on me, or he was being too like forceful, or but I knew what he was getting at, you know what I mean, because I seen in ways even that day where he was like trying to get close, and I did a little back a little bit, you get what I'm saying? I did do that. So I mentioned, and I kind of expressed, I think I'm almost positive I expressed to him when he said something about him being too on me or whatever, and I did tell him, I was like, no, don't stop doing it. I was like, because honestly I liked it, I feel like in my mind it was something that just didn't sit right with me, because it wasn't that I didn't like him being on me. I loved that. I loved every single thing, y'all, I loved how he was coming, okay? It was something that he said to me, y'all, when we first started talking, and it threw me from a loop, okay? Because I had men ask me what size I wear in my clothes, or, stuff like that. I done had a man ask me, what size my ring finger is, but I ain't never had a man ask me what shoe size I wear. And I don't know why that took me from a loop, because we love a good what size your shoe, what size your finger is. I loved it. That would forever be my favorite, one of my best love languages. Okay, but in this moment, I think because I never had a man ask me that before, I'm like, he asked me what size my shoe is. He is dedicated, ain't it? Like, I'm like, this man he's into it, here for it. I like it. Okay, so like I said, everything he was doing, y'all, I was here for it, hands down. Okay, hands down, and my toes, hands down, toes down, everything down. Sure was. Okay, but it was something and the something was intuition, but I just feeling something. We say feelings are facts, and I have this thing too, like I said, because I've been single for so long, y'all, where I have this thing where I can talk myself into something that's not even really it. You get what I'm saying? And that's maybe a defense mechanism for me. But in this situation, and the older I get, and if I say that I'm healed, and I am intentionally using the work that using the work from my self-work. I'm using the work from my self-work, or the work that I've been doing on myself. It should show up differently. You get what I'm saying? So long story short, y'all, or to make a long story even longer, I mentioned, it was something, like I said, I didn't know what it was, but I'm like, okay, T, just don't allow yourself to feel that, because you only can go by what you're seeing, and what you're seeing right now, he is showing up. What you're seeing right now, he is on time. What you're seeing right now, he's making the move. He's, you know what I'm saying? I can see that, okay? Okay, so that happened, and then later that night was when we were supposed to go and see the Insidious movie. So when we went to see the Insidious, when he was there first. I came later, like 15 minutes later or so. When I pulled into the parking lot, I didn't even know, honestly, that was his car. But he parked up front. Like, it was in a parking garage, right? So he parked in the front of me. So, of course, I had to park behind him. I didn't know it was his car, though. So, let's say this was his car here. I parked in the back of him, but not in the actual back. I parked, like, to the left back of him, if that makes sense, all right? So, I hopped out my car, and I'm, like, hopped out my car, and I'm walking. As I'm walking, he sent me a text message, and he was like, hey, don't come here. They're not showing a movie here or something, just like that. But by that time, I was already there, and I was already out my car walking. So I'm saying to myself, when I realized, okay, so I'm walking back to my car, looked at my phone, and by the time as I read the message, he hopped out the car. Then I realized, oh, this is him in the front of me. So he hopped out the car, and, you know, that's when I went and I gave him a hug. And that's when, you know, I seen the message by that time. And I was like, it's not playing here. You know, then we came to find out it wasn't actually playing in that movie, at that theater. So I was like, okay, well, you want to do something else? You know, so and he was like, you know, I'm so mad. Like, you know, he acted like me. He was like, I'm so mad. I really wanted to watch this movie with you. Like, you know, dang. So I'm like, okay, it's just $20-something. Calm down. It'll be all right. I'm like, it's okay. We still got the rest of the night, you know. I'm like, we can do something else, you know. So he's like, yeah, but I'm so mad. I'm like, it's okay, you know. It's all right. It's okay. And his mood was not like this. And I, you know, sometimes people, he's tired. It could have been whatever. So, but I noticed like it was not the person that I seen earlier today, you know. So I put a pin in it, of course, but I didn't, you know, say anything about it in that moment. So I was like, you want to go get something to eat, blah, blah, blah. So he was like, yeah, let's just go. So we went, got something to eat. Well, we was on our way to get something to eat. We get into the restaurant, sat down. The minute he sat down, y'all, we get into the juicy part now. The minute he sat down, the first thing he did, y'all, was he pulled his phone out. And he started, like, you know when somebody texting, because you just kind of see the fingers just moving, you know. So, okay, I noticed it, but it's like, okay, he just pulled it out for one. It's good, you know. But the thing is, and I tell people, I feel like when you're an observer, and when you're an observer like I am, I think a lot of times when you tell lies, and when a person tells lies, sometimes they make it way too obvious that it's a lie. I don't know if that makes sense, right? So he pulled his phone out. He was messaging. I didn't message him. I didn't really say anything about it. I noticed it, but it wasn't that big of a deal, you know. So when he was about to put the phone down, he was about to rest it down. He was like, "Why are people messaging me about marketing? And I don't even stay in the city," or something like that along that terms. He said, he was like, "But don't you do marketing, you know?" But it's how he said it that gave me, oh, that is such bullshit. But I, you know, again, literally, I promise y'all, in that moment, I was just like, just drive by, girl, keep going, you know. Then, y'all, he picked up his phone the second time. And it was like every time he picked his phone up, he always had something behind it that he would say, right? So he picked the phone up the second time. Then when he dropped it back down, he goes, he said something along the line of like, sometimes I ain't gonna lie to you, like, you know, I be having, what's that word? PTSD. It's like every time he say something, he just mentions some stupid shit behind it, y'all. Literally every single time, right? And then, y'all, the third time, y'all, was this the third time? Yeah, the third time, he picked the phone up, and he looked at me, he goes, I'ma just say it, fuck it. You feds? Y'all, y'all, first off, nigga, the disrespect is fucking disrespectful, okay? But nigga, you couldn't find a better fucking excuse, a better conversation, a better what's that word? A better camouflage, a better, what's that word? That's not the word I'm looking for. A better cover up than asking me if I'm the feds, bitch. Okay, literally every time y'all he picked the phone up, it's like it's like he's trying to throw me off. You get what I'm saying? But every time he feel like when he felt like I don't know what the fuck he felt, but apparently he felt like he was throwing me off. All you did was pissed me the fuck off. Okay, that's it. So the fourth time, y'all, the fourth time he picked the phone up, after the third time I said, Tanisha, why are you still here? But again, I'm the type of person, I need to know for 100% facts. And maybe that's a bad thing because sometimes God is just showing you, listen, it ain't got to get this bad. Look, I'm showing you this, just get the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? But I shouldn't have cussed when I said God, but y'all know what I'm trying to say, right? So anyway, after the fourth time, when he picked the phone up, he goes, I'm trying to message I've been messaging my homeboy, basically. I don't know if you've seen when I posted on my stories about my other homeboy who died. This his brother, and his brother is mad about the situation that happened a year ago. He ain't say a year ago, I'm fucking saying a year ago, nigga. Man, he's messaging me. He's like, and he messaging me now because now, you know, basically he want to retaliate. I'm trying to tell him, nah, chill, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to see none of my other homeboys, none of my relatives get popped, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see none of this. And I'm saying to myself, first of all, who is this person? Now, of course, you know, I've had conversations about, you know, where he came from. Of course I had conversations about where the fuck I came from, whatever, but it was like how he was talking, just everything about like how he was showing up was a totally different fucking person. And y'all, when I tell y'all, I'm not even playing, I'm literally, I look back like first time when he asked me if I was feds, I look back like at least 7 times because Ashton Kutcher, where the fuck are you? I didn't even know they still have Prank Out. I didn't even know, I thought that movie was canceled or the show was canceled or they just dropped it because I didn't even know. But apparently I'm on fucking pranks. Apparently I'm on prank. Apparently I'm big enough to be on prank because, bitch, I didn't even have a bunch of followers. Like, why would somebody put this is going through my head. Why would somebody want to put me on prank? Like, I don't get it. Like, me, out of all people, like, why would you want to do that to me? And then on top of that, I'm crazy as hell. You don't know what my reaction is going to be. Y'all really got me on prank. Ashton, can you hurry the fuck up? Because I'm ready to get the fuck on now. This better have been a joke. Literally, y'all, I'm waiting for Ashton to come out, baby. I'm waiting for this man to come out, okay? So after the fourth time, and he said something about whatever the fuck he said, how he, you know, oh, he's really getting popped. All I'm saying, like, y'all, the lie detector is fucking, all I see is red. Ding, 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 ding. That bitch about to blow up. It's smoking hot, okay? So I said, okay. I was like, listen, it's okay. And y'all, when I tell y'all, I'm still my happy, positive, go lucky self. I said, it's okay, sweetheart. Listen, it is all right. You are who you are. Whatever's going on. I said, no, that's not what I said. I said, it's okay. I said, it seems like you're having a rough night. You know? I said, so I'm about to leave. So he was like, no. See, look, I'm gonna put my phone up. No, look, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. So I said, listen, no. Nigga, don't put the motherfucker up now. Pooh, kick that bitch because I'm finna skedaddle. Fuck is you talking about? So I was like, no, listen. I was like, it's okay. I said, it's okay. I said, let me tell you something. No, he's like, man, I'm sorry. He's like, you know, I done messed this up. You probably never want to see me again. And I'm sitting here, y'all. When he said, you probably never want to see me again, y'all, this was my response. Because, bitch, you're right. Bitch, you guessed it. You is right. Fuck is you talking about? Of course I don't want to see you again, nigga. I don't want to see you now. Stevie Wonder me. Like, you playing as shit. So, look. I was like, listen, let me tell you something, sweetheart. I am not mad. I am not upset. People are people. Okay? And when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. It's okay. I said, you are who you are, sweetheart. I said, whatever's going on is clear. It's clear as day that something is going on. But what I'm not going to do is allow you to do what you're doing right now, which just make me feel uncomfortable. I said, I don't like to feel uncomfortable. I said, your attention should be on me and me only. Okay? I said, we have not been sitting here for 20 minutes. I said, this was not the person that I seen 2 or 3 days ago that sat here. I said, you were staring damn near in my eyes, okay? I said, and what you're saying right now is not making sense. I said, it went from a person messaging you about marketing to PTSD to me being the fucking feds, and now you trying to be Captain Save a nigga. So I don't know what the fuck to choose or pick from, right? So y'all, I got my stuff picked up, fucking left, boom, gone. But let me tell y'all, I told y'all, it was things that was pop, like just these feelings I just kept getting like here and there. And I just didn't know why. I just kept asking myself, why T, like, why this nigga just, he's saying everything right. You know what I'm saying? He's attentive, you know, like, but like, yeah, like I like that. This nigga, he sound like, you know, he's chivalry. He said he believed in God. Like, but y'all, the math just was not mathing. I keep putting 1 + 1. I get 1 apple and I get 1 grape and I put it together and it's still not 2. Then I get then I cross it out and I get a grape and I get an orange and I try to do it and it still don't give me 2. I always get 10. So I said, this motherfucker not mathing. It's not mathing. So look, I left and I promised you on everything I love, I was not gonna talk to that man ever again. Typically, anybody know me, I'm the queen Blockiana. I came up with the block thing. Like I personally created block in everybody's phone. I created that. I really didn't, y'all, don't sue me. But I'm Queen Blockiana, okay? But I said to myself, y'all, in this instance, so before I got back into the dating field, I said, you know, one of my toxic traits is I block people, period. Not even dating, just anybody. I'll block you and with no excuse. And my thing is, I had to learn that first off, sometimes people don't know how they insult you or how they did something to hurt you. So you should be able, and that's what an adult does, to be able to communicate what the problem is, you know what I'm saying, before you have to do all this blocking thing. So for me, I said, T, you growing up, ain't no point in blocking this person. You said what you had to say, leave it alone, you know? So, but of course he called. When he called, I picked the phone up because, again, in my mind, I want to know, I'm trying to figure out, is he going to be honest and tell me what the fuck is going on? Because something ain't right, nigga, you know? So I picked the phone up. You know, we spoke and, you know, he was trying to, oh, babe, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Let me make this up to you. Can I? And I'm like, listen, poo, have a good day. Respectfully, like, I don't know, like, So, you know, we hung the phone up that night. He messaged me the next morning, the same thing, top of the morning, beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And my conversations are very vague. It's very like, it's a little to no conversation. You say top of the morning at 8 o'clock, I message you back at 2 o'clock. Hey, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So it's giving like, yeah, she not fucking with me no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the thing is, it's like, I'm not saying that I wanted to be like that. Like, I really wanted to be like, damn, like, because I was feeling him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to message back, but I'm like, no, T, don't message back, because this nigga gonna think he gonna think this a fucking trampoline. You can just bounce the fuck over. You not bouncing over here, baby. You not bouncing. You gonna get bouncing over here. Don't play them games, okay? So, yeah, so he, you know, so like I said, I'm doing little to no messaging, like nothing really, you know, it's giving, yeah, I got an attitude. It's giving, yeah, she not really feeling me like that. It's definitely, it gave that, right? So, I want to say, like, let's say like a couple of days later, y'all, we get into the end of it. We get to the end of this conversation. So this part 1. So at the end of the conversation, not the end of the conversation. So we still messaging each other, like I said, but it's so vague, right? And then I think he had messaged me. So like I said, I wasn't messaging a lot, you know, but then he realized that I was not messaging a lot. So then I think it was one time he messaged me and he was like, well, if you wasn't going to be serious, I should have known you wasn't going to be serious. Or if you wasn't going to take this serious, you could have just left me alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga mad at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he like, damn, like, that's crazy. Like, I should have known. You shouldn't have wasted my time. And he, every time, you know, like when we went on the date, like we went on, you know, on a date or whatever, or anytime we, you know, it depends on what the conversation's about, he would be like, I ain't do this in a while. You know, and I remember when he first said, I was like, do what? Like, you know, I'm like, what you mean, like, go out and date? He's like, yeah, I ain't go out and, like, I ain't go out and date nobody and, like, you know, go on dates. Like, I ain't did this in a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a little rusty. This nigga saying, I'm a little rusty, you know? So, anyway, fast forward, y'all. We gonna just get to the end of this shit. He messaged me, this was like a Sunday, right? And I wasn't really messaging him. Like I said, it was little to no messages. So he messaged me on a Sunday. He said something to me, and I messaged him back, and, you know, I was like, you know, kind of explaining to him, like, you know, honestly, you know, like, to be honest with you, this shit, you really hurt my feelings, you know, because I really liked you. You know, I'm kind of going through this whole thing. And he messaged me back like 2-3 hours later. So he was like, I'm sorry, I'm driving or whatever. I'm headed to Atlanta. Now, when I said we're not messaging, from the time of when I walked out, right? And Sunday, I want to say it's 2-3 days different, right? Remember I told y'all we've been messaging for 2 weeks, 1,400 messages. So anyway, when he messaged me, he said he was driving on his way to Atlanta. I said, well, Atlanta? Nigga, you ain't never mentioned nothing about Atlanta when we messaged. So where the fuck does this come from? So I messaged and I was like, well, that's weird. I said, that's pretty strange. I said, because you ain't never mentioned nothing to me about you having to go to Atlanta. You know, so he was like, well, it was a spirit of moment thing. Honestly, I had something planned for us this weekend. But since everything happened the way it did, I just decided to just drive down to Atlanta to go see my daughter and just hang out for the weekend. Now, okay, shout out to, you know, hanging out with your daughter, period, because I lived down for a girl's dad. Nigga, you ain't giving girl dad, but quit fucking playing. That's what you try to give. You try to give old girl dad. I'm trying to hang with my kid, right? Number one. Number two, this nigga know my schedule. And anybody who ever comes in contact with me can tell you my schedule. My schedule on weekends is pretty hectic. Why? Because that is my work day. That's where I make my Bitcoins, was on the weekends. Okay, so with that being said, you ain't never once mentioned to me would you be willing to, like I said, 2 days different, y'all, from the whole dinner debacle to him now in Atlanta. Okay, and when you work and you're not working for yourself, you working on these people's jobs, you got to put it, it's called time off. Okay, so now, not one time you came to me and said, well, would you be able to take Saturday and a Sunday off? Or you never made no mention about nothing about no motherfucking Saturday or Sunday. Nigga, this shit happened on a Thursday. Make it make sense, because it's not mapping. Actually, this was not Sunday, this was a Saturday when he messaged me and said what the fuck he said. So, nigga. So I said, well, you ain't never said nothing to me. But so that's when he said, oh, you know, well, when we fell out, basically, that's when he made the trip. You know, he decided to go down there. So I'm saying to myself, this nigga is a fuck liar. That's the problem. This is the intuitiveness was this nigga being a liar. That's what it was. This little tingling feeling I was feeling, what's this fuck nigga is a fucking liar? Hello? So I said to him when he said, oh, so when he said something about the, you know, him, the spirit of moment thing, that's when I messaged and I said, well, you're either a horrible communicator or you're a horrible liar. I said, because you mentioned nothing about going to Atlanta in the 2 weeks that we have been speaking. You know? So he was like, well, I guess I'm a horrible communicator, you know? So I messaged back and I was like, right. And he was like, well, you wasn't supposed to agree on that. Nigga, I want to agree with some more shit, but I'm going to leave that the fuck alone. Okay, so boom. So now, y'all, this is Saturday, right? Saturday. He messaging me. I'm on my way. I'm basically at work. So it's like you can tell he was like saying little things to try to like get like to see if he still had me in his bag. This is how I took it. Because he messaged me and he was like, hey, I'm getting my hair done. I'm trying my hardest not to fall asleep. Or some shit like that, he said. So I was like, oh, well, that's the perfect time to fall asleep while you're getting your hair done. Fuck, what you think I was gonna say? I think I feel like he was, like the person that I am and the flirt, the girl that I am in relationship is always like, well, make sure she keep her hands to herself, or you know, just like all over you. Like I'm like, I don't play about my man, you know what I'm saying, and I ain't give that, you know. So then later on, he had messaged me and he was like, I got suckered into working an event, right? Typically, I'd have been like, well, make sure you call me, or you know, be safe, or don't do nothing I won't do. Y'all know how we do it, child. Y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we go, you know. So I was like, okay. I said, have fun. Fuck, have fun. So boom, here's where the ball drops, bitch. Here's where the tables turn, motherfucker. So I messaged him and I said, have fun, right? This was like by the end of the night, so I was about to get off. Y'all, when I tell y'all, something just kept hitting at my shoulder, like at my, like, bitch, just tapping me like, you ain't gonna pick up, bitch, answer the phone, ho. I'm calling. Common sense is at the door. Bitch, that's who it was, common sense the whole time. So I finally answered the door. I said, what's up, common sense? She said, baby, don't be dumb. That's what you're not finna do. Because if you gonna do all this shit, what was the point of you going on this whole journey of being healed? What is the point of you following God for when you asked him to show you and now you over here acting stupid? First off, why you even messaging this nigga still, okay? Because you messaging him, why? Because you still got feelings for him. And if you don't get the full clarity of this stuff, your behind gonna be, you gonna be just like the strawberry festival, honey. Just arcade strawberries, shit everywhere. People everywhere. You're just gonna be old trampoline. People just bouncing, doing anything they want on you. So good. So I said, okay, well, what's up then, common sense? So what you want me to do? Common sense said, sis, pull that nigga name up. Now I always do like one thing about it, I always do a light little check, a little background check. Always. Before I go on a date with you, nigga, I don't know who I'm going on a date with. Are you dumb? Before I go on a date with you, I'm definitely gonna do a small background check. Absolutely. I will. Right? But this one here, y'all, I didn't do, like, I did a background check, of course, because, you know, he told me he did time. So anytime you do time, I need to know exactly if your math is, what you saying is what you saying, okay? Because we got some weird ass niggas out there that sit there and do some weird ass shit, and y'all know the pedophiles and the rapists and all those creepy weird ass shit, okay? And then they'll sit there and act like, oh, I've been in jail for drugs. No, nigga, you're lying, okay? So I had to make sure. But I didn't go on his social medias this time. I just, you know, I went to straight, like, I can't tell y'all where I find my stuff. But when common sense say, look it up, I started looking. Baby, it ain't take me long to look, to find it. So I pulled in one name. The one name I pulled up, it was just strictly like, you know, kind of connected to his business or what he do, right? The next one, when I pulled it up, I said, bingo, bitch. Bingo. Y'all, I clicked on this thing. I clicked on his page, right? Clicked on this page. I seen this one video. And I seen this one person, this one lady. And I said, the spirit just told me, sis, it was like 2-3 other people he tagged. But my spirit said, sis, click this lady's name. Y'all, I said, click. Baby, I clicked on that thing. This lady got her, I mean in love. She is, you can tell her with the smile on her face, so happy this woman is. And then I happen to look at the little photo, the little, what's it called? The outfit he had on. This nigga sent me the same outfit that he was with this woman and messaged me and was like, I dress up too. You know, I put it on too. I put this on a little bit. Nigga, you was a piece of shit. So anyway, y'all, so long story short, come to find out, this man, y'all, is in a entire relationship with this woman. Not just a relationship, y'all. This woman is in love. She loved this man dirty draws. I mean, sharing his business, like, you know, the things that he do. She posted like, she was like, you know, I love how he loved my children. And let me tell y'all, and I think, first off, that's why I say, well, we gonna get into that. That's gonna be this the part two. The part two of the breakdown of, you know, the reason why I'm not like sad or, you know, in my feelings or something. But we gonna talk about that, right? But y'all, when I tell y'all, this woman was so in love with this man. I mean, is so in love with this man. So I messaged him. Okay, so the next morning, I couldn't wait, y'all. I was so happy to get up. Y'all probably slept 2 hours because I was just so excited to message this nigga about this shit, y'all. So look, of course, I'm never the one to message first. I waited until he messaged, right? Well, he had messaged me like later that night, and he kind of responded to when I said, oh, well, I have fun. So he messaged and he was like, yeah, right. Like, kind of like, because he knew I was being funny, you know? So I think I like ha it. Like, next when I woke up, I like ha it. Like, you know, just kind of like I'm up. Let me see what you want. So he messaged me back and he was like, good morning or something like that at top or something shit, some shit he said, right? So I was like, oh, good morning. So he was like, how are you? I was like, I am doing amazing. What about yourself? And he was like, oh, I'm doing just as good as you. So I was like, no. So I put N-O-O-O-O-O-O. I said, you're not doing as good as I am doing this morning. So he's like, why not? So that's when I sent him, y'all, I don't know exactly verbatim what I said, but I basically, it was like kind of along the line of, you know, it's like fuck niggas. It's like niggas like you that ain't shit, that make it hard for women like me, who is so intentional on finding, you know, the person, or, you know, finding that man, you know, finding her person who God have connected to, you know, with her. I said, you should be disgusted. I say, such a hypocrite to be opening your mouth and talking about God. I said, but you doing the whole total opposite. I said, I'm not in the business of embarrassing a woman because, honey, one thing about it, I'm sorry. I'm not that girl. And the older I get, it's definitely the man, right? It's definitely the man. I'm not the one that's going to put her on blast because that lady ain't did shit to me. You get what I'm saying? Like, nigga, it's you, okay? And I said I should message her and let her know what you are doing on your spare time. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, shit, spare time, nigga, all day. Cause my thing is like, it was nothing, y'all. When I tell y'all nothing that said he have a bitch, it just didn't align. I mean, first thing in the morning, I got a message. Then when I get up, by the time as I get up, he's messaging me. He had to be up very early in the morning time. So by the time as he went into bed, it wasn't like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. It was like 10, 11 o'clock. So that's like perfect to me, normal time for a person to get like a 7-8 hour sleep for you to have to get up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So it was nothing, y'all, that gave me this nigga was messing around. Like nothing. If I pick a date and I said this is what we doing on this day, he popping up. Like it was nothing. Nothing gave me that this nigga was messing around. And then he would say to me, I remember like when he was on his way to Atlanta, and I said, well, I think I said something along the line of, because when I messaged him, he didn't, like, it took him like hours to respond back. So I was like, I said something. He was like, I was like, you could, no, that's when he messaged me and he said, I'm on my way to Atlanta. And that's when I said, you know, you're a horrible communicator, whatever. Because I was like, well, if that's the case, I said, you know, it would have took you nothing for you to just pick your phone up and just call. And that's when he was like, well, you could have called too. Nigga, you probably on your way. These niggas is such a piece of shit. He probably was on his way to Atlanta with this girl. And then on top of that, y'all, I remember him because when he said that he was in Atlanta, I said something like, but it, you know, it gave like I didn't believe him. So he was like, look, he was like, and he shared his location with me. He shared his location with me. He was like, listen, I don't do this with nobody. He was like, but I don't have nothing to never, he capitalized N-E-V-E-R, never to lie to you about. Y'all, when I seen the goddamn picture, y'all, I said, I know he's fucking lying. So like I said, fast forward to, you know, me messaging him, and he's like, oh, why you say that? And I told him, I was like, you know, and I mentioned, basically, I know now the gig is up, nigga. You got a whole bitch. So his response was, the fact that you went and pull up some bullshit is telling me that now you about to show your true colors or something like that or some shit. So I'm saying to myself, this fuck Nigga did not just say that. This nigga did not just say some bullshit. Some bullshit this girl posted you a week ago, nigga. And today you gonna call that bullshit? Y'all, I couldn't fucking believe it. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. That's my story. I don't even know if y'all, that's my fucking story, y'all. I don't know if y'all ever seen Daddy's Little Girl when Gabrielle Union went on the date with the man. Well, she had a couple of dates, but the man that she thought was such a, he was so perfect, and she told him, she was like, this is the best date I've been on in a long time. And when they went in for a kiss, the fucking minivan came up with the wife, the pregnant wife, the dog in the car, the baby in the car, and the baby gonna say, "Get away from my daddy, you tramp." Tell me why that's the first thing popped in my motherfucking head when I seen that.
I'm sorry for staring. It's just that you're more beautiful than your friend said.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So you're a lawyer?
Yes, I am.
Me too.
Really?
Wow. Mostly corporate stuff, tax stuff. It's pretty boring. What about you?
Our firm handles some criminal, some civil.
Okay, what firm?
Rosmer Blake?
Oh.
What?
I applied for a job there and they turned me down. Said that my resume was a little bit shallow. That's what the old fart said. How's he doing these days?
He retired to Florida.
Oh, you can keep up with him?
He's my father. The fart.
Oh, check. I'm sorry. That was embarrassing.
Don't worry about it. He can be a little tough on people he doesn't know that well.
Well, they must be big wingtips to fill.
Actually, I try to fill my own stilettos.
Touche, and I will try to keep my foot out of my mouth for the rest of this conversation.
It's cute. You should leave it there.
Well, if it's what the lady likes, then I will.
Oh, I like.
Would you like anything to drink?
A latte would be great.
Okay, come right up.
Thank you, Jesus. So I had an amazing time. This was one of the best dates I've ever been on.
Me too. I would like to see you again.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Who the hell is this, Chris?
This is, baby, you supposed...
Who are you?
I was just saying goodbye, ma'am.
Yeah, you better go, slut. You see right now, this is his family.
Get away from my daddy, tramp!
Junior!
Excuse me? You trying to be player?
I said, this nigga trying to make me a homewrecker without even knowing, bitch, I'm a homewrecker. Y'all niggas ain't shit. And this nigga lived with this woman. And I do say, and I feel in my heart that, no, not live together. I believe that he lived with her. That's what the fuck I believe. Y'all, these niggas is shit. These niggas is a bunch of fucking shit, y'all. That's my story. That's what I went through, and I cannot believe it. And I literally said, y'all, at first, y'all, I was really like, like, I'm not finna be, I can't, like, this, if this what this given, I need to stay my ass in the house. But I'm not gonna allow a fucking bum, somebody that is, and you have to learn that some people, and that's what I have to learn too. Well, we'll talk about that on part 2, but I have to learn how to kind of keep something in the bag, because I feel like, I live my life on my sleeves. Like, it's what you see is what you kind of get. So I don't hold nothing back, but I feel like a lot of times, because I am who I am and I'm not doing things, I'm doing more positive than negative things, people will use those positive shit and, align it where it works for their benefits, if that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? People have ways of, acting like they're these type of people when they fucking not. You get what I'm saying? So y'all, I'm so honestly, what I'm so happy and proud of myself was this nigga ain't got none of this cootie cat. He ain't got none of this Garfield. None of it. So I honestly, it just made me feel even more proud and happy in myself that that I had self-control to not put myself in that situation because of words that he's saying, babe, because your action was giving different. Okay, and remember, like I said, we're gonna talk about the butterfly feeling next week. We're gonna talk about all that stuff, y'all. But y'all, this is what my dating experience, y'all, after 4 years has been. That nigga, that shit was ghetto as well. It started off so good, so lovey-dovey, y'all. And bitch, it took a turn. Y'all, these niggas really ain't shit, y'all. Do y'all have any bad dating experiences or bad meetups or with somebody, y'all? Because y'all, when I tell y'all, that one goes down in history. That one gonna go down in history. This girl just posted this man and this man business, like she supports him. That's so hurtful. It's so hurtful, y'all. I didn't you know, tell the girl or whatever. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. We gonna talk about that next week. I don't know. I don't know if I should. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I feel bad for her though. You know what I mean? I really, 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 I feel bad for her. Like, truly do. Like, you really have people out there that would really fuck with people intelligence like that. You get what I'm saying? And fuck with people hard. And fuck with people body and health. Hello? Their health. Because you was a piece of shit. Y'all, I can't believe it. But that's my story. Y'all, we ain't gonna do, we're not, well, should we do it? We gonna go ahead and drop, do the, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about and what are you done thinking about? Y'all, what am I thinking about? Let's do what am I done thinking about. What I am done thinking about, y'all, this week, is I am done thinking that well, I will say I'm done thinking that people are who they say they're, because I know that they're not. I'm done thinking that because you give your best, that you're gonna get your best. No matter how intentional you are, no matter how your walk is with God, people are people. People are people. So I'm done thinking that because I show up in this way that I should retrieve it back. Should it be that way? Yes. But is it that way? No. Okay? And what am I thinking about? Honestly, y'all, what am I thinking about? I'm thinking about my person. I'm still thinking about my person. I'm still thinking about the man that God has for me. I'm thinking about, you know, how beautiful now because of this experience, y'all. Just because of that experience, whatever I get with my person, y'all, it's going to be even more beautiful and more blossoming. It's just going to be more assured that this is going to be my person just because of what I went through from this last situation. I'm thinking about my person. I'm always thinking about my person. Like my person. I'm thinking about hunching on my person and giving him this good punani, this good pomadat. Y'all, that's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking that. I'm thinking that God still has what he said he has for me. Hello, somebody. Y'all already know. Should we do? Let's just go ahead and get into the beat of the week, y'all. My beat of the week, like I said, and I don't even have to really think about it. It's from Burna Boy, Big 7. Big 7. Big 7. We ain't gonna sing it, y'all, because y'all really have to get. I have to get gone. But y'all, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So we're gonna get into part 2 and break down everything that kind of like transpired into the story and what I learned, you know, from this story. Okay, and like I said, y'all, if it's anybody out there, y'all, that have these experiences, that went through these situations with dating a man, or, you know, if you're dating somebody right now and you feel like, you know, you have these intuitions or these feelings that that is telling you something isn't right, 9 times out of 10, sis, God gave us something that he installed in us. And even though sometimes people say feelings isn't fact, but guarantee you our intuition more than likely is. I love you guys so much. Don't you forget to tell a sister, cousin, brother, auntie, uncle, niece, great cousin on your daddy's side with his bald head, stinking dirty ass. That is the thing about a podcast with your girl.